Welcome back to the NASCAR Vernors Cup Series here on the Western Caves Sports Network. Announcer WesternCaves here. We're under the lights once again. Sunday night. Sunday! Be there at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the 20th race of the season. As you can see, we got a very interesting lineup here. Last week, John Cena won, and Joe Biden extended his points lead over a race. And that was after the pollster got taken out on lap like 4. You love to see it. Actually, you don't love it. Before we can get started, we gotta go through today's starting grid, and look who's on pole with perhaps his best chance to finally win, Jerry Springer. Tom Hanks is going to start in row number 1 alongside of him in position number 2. This drive, Hanks won here back in 2018 in the finale. Then there's Hank Hill and Kathy Bates. The teammates start on row 2. Pair of drivers driving for teams making full-time splashes this year. Renault's comes in full-time with Steven George and Casper the Ghost into the Toyota's Red Bull team. Toyota Racing. Speaking of Toyotas, there's Rick Scott in a Raven West Motorsport Camry alongside Crow T Robot. Then Morgan Freeman, who was on the pole last week, but wrecked and is now 35th in points, trying to hold off possibly Donald Fagen, because Fagen's 36 and trying to come on. Alongside a fellow Pontiac of Billy Mays in the Skittles colors. James Bond, he's got to pick it up. He's one of those not locked in drivers, and it's rumored this team is shutting down at the end of the year. He lines up next to Bob Ross. Then Bela Fleck will line up next to Denzel Washington. Tom Jones, another driver who could be rumored to be losing his ride, starts next to David Dayton and Alfred Hitchcock, Woody Woodpecker, and then Donald Fagen and Blaze Alexander. Fagen won this race 2 years ago. John Cena will line up next to Brian Wilson. Then Geddy Lee next to Grover Cleveland. Iggy Koopa next to Al Capone. Then Joe Biden and Telly Savalas line up next to each other. Hut Strickland and Al Roker, another driver who could be losing his ride. And Richard Simmons and Walter White. Snoop Dogg and Jeff Lynne. Marco Polo, Brendan Gaughan, Ian Anderson, Woody Harrelson, Chick Corea, Count Dracula, rounding out the field, Peter Perfect, and Harrison Ford, your championship winner from last season. But I don't... Did he win this race? Did he win... No, he didn't win this race. I don't think was even run last year, sadly. I think there was only the one race here last year. Which was the day race. Was it Woody Woodpecker who won? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, we go trackside for the most famous words in auto sport.
Drivers, start your engines!
I was right. Woody Woodpecker did win this over Alfred Hitchcock and champion Harrison Ford last year. The top 8 all in the same rides that they were. The highest non in the same ride is Mark Martin, as Al Roker gives the 6th number back this year. Well, Roker could be not in the 6 next year, as there is a whole slew of drivers in the Melling series. Anyway, we're about to get going in today's race. It's the Best Buy 500. Not to be confused with the other tech company, Worst Purchase. Pace car down pit road. Jerry Springer, who still never got the other scheme. Will probably be debuting for 2021. Lining up next to Tom Hanks. Green flag is out, and we're racing at Hotlanta. As we get that annoying white flash. Wait, did we get going? No, that did happen before the green. That's a restart.
Drivers, to your car.
So, ignore everything that's happened so far.
Drivers.
Now the real start of the Best Buy 500. Third time's a charm. Green flag is out for real, and we are racing for real. And the Best Buy 499. The reason we had to restart, of course, is because they only do one pace lap as opposed to 3 or 4, which would allow the real drivers, you know, to have time. So basically what I'm saying is Jerry Springer is gonna lead the first lap, but he's gonna get challenged on lap 2 as here comes Tom Hanks to the inside in that number 31 Hanks Wireless Chevrolet. That's why there's the Tom Hanks logos, because it's Hanks Wireless, but singular. Nice little pack here. Joe Biden towards the back. I want to say John Goodman is second in points, but John Goodman was third in points in the NASCAR Melling Series heading into yesterday. So I know that is not correct. Is it Ian Anderson? Woody Woodpecker is second in points. Springer has led the first 3 laps, but Tom Hanks keeps pestering him. Crow to third. No, Casper to third. Crow to fourth. And Kathy Bates to fifth. 4th, 5th, and 6th all raced each other 15 times. That's half of the season during the 2018 NASCAR Melling Series season, including a race right here at Atlanta. I think Leonard McCoy won that one. Yeah, throwback to when he was in Cup in the 4 car. The Morgan McCoy Motorsports 4. But now, after 5 laps, Tom Hanks has finally grabbed the lead in that Hanks Wireless Chevrolet. Crow looking for third. Bond running in 8th. The Rent-A-Center 21 around mid-pack. But he is ahead of the 12. You'll love to see it. Count Dracula towards the back, Eula. Okay, that was a stretch. Morgan Freeman still out of the 19. He's like 100 points ahead. Oh. Anyway, Casper the Friendly Ghost trying to take a shot at third with help from now 5th place, trying to go for 4th. Crow, no, Crow's going for third. He's going to get back by Stephen George and get by the 17 of Jerry Springer. Kathy Bates gets by Springer as well. And here comes Bob Ross. Now, Ross is pretty good at these 1.5 miles. He's won the night race. He's won Charlotte the last 2 races. There was only one Charlotte race last year. There'll be 2 this year, although it's not known if the fall race will be on the oval or on the road course. Could be some roval racing, as the hip kids like to call it. Springer is able to get back to 4th. Kathy Bates, Bob Ross, Stephen George, Billy Mays round out this top group. And it's around a second back to Denzel Washington, Rick Scott, and James Bond, who lead a few other drivers. Hank Hill started, I believe, 4th. He has faded the 12th at the moment, trying to hold off a pair of Pity Enterprise teammates, and Alfred Hitchcock, Grover Cleveland. Also Tom Jones, David Dayton, Morgan Freeman up here. Geddy Lee, John Cena, Woody Woodpecker, and Al Roker's your top half of the field, as there's Iggy Koopa. A lot of dodges towards the mid-pack. The 42, the 41, the 19, the 92, the 12. All kind of mid-pack speeds. But up at front, Hanks is your leader. Casper the Friendly Ghost has gotten around Crow T Robot. I think Crow was actually in 3rd for most of this run, but was 2nd at the line. It was literally a dead heat, and they gave it to Crow last time. Missed that. As you can see at the line, that's a dead heat. And they're still even as Crow goes to the inside here. As 11 laps have complete. That's ridiculous. It's not even funny. Now 12 laps are completed. Snoop Dogg towards the back along with Ian Anderson. Chick Corea having a terrible season. He'd consider dropping back down to Melling, where he'd be guaranteed in every race through the championship provisional, but there's no part-timers in Melling. It's just 40 cars every single... I've attempted every single race every single week, so it doesn't do them any good. Billy Mays. Maybe he's amazed. Billy Mays going underneath the 1 as the 1 was looking underneath the 84. Almost. A big accident that got prevented from unfolding, thankfully. Top 6 at the line were within a second. It could change this time. Stephen George, he won Daytona, and Bob Ross, well, he won Daytona night race, and he won the Charlotte night race, is Bob Ross, that is. They're both up here. Now, that's part of the Vernors million that Bob Ross won, so, and the other 2 drivers, he's the 3rd different driver to win one of those, so that's not going to happen, but Stephen George and Crow T Robot have a unique opportunity next weekend at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway if they can win the Stewart's Fountain Classic Brickyard 400. Either of them, due to Crow winning the Northern 500, the Snapple Northern 500, did that actually have a name? And Stephen George winning the Orange Crush 500, they will walk away In addition to the regular winner's purse, they'll walk away a cool $250,000 richer. That is $250,000 on the line for both of them. But they have to win. Luckily, they are both locked in the next weekend's race. Because I don't think, that would be even. Both of them are pretty high up in points. Tom Hanks under fire from Crow T Robot. Billy Mays in third. But wait, there's more. Oh no, there's not more. Not for the moment. But not only would they have to beat the other driver, they'll have to not only beat each other, but beat the other 40 drivers. They have to win. Mays to the inside. No, not. Now he is. He just arrow pushed a ghost up the track, which is really impressive. Of course, considering Billy Mays is the ghost himself at this point. But wait, there's more. Billy Mays coming back. Oh, and he's gonna get the position. I think he's gonna clear. He is clear. Gonna slide up and clear. Now is the 84 gonna do the crossover? No, he's not, as we are 20 laps in to this race. I have no idea. Can you tell me what's that between the Lowe's and the Georgia Pacific? Ah, Easy Care billboard. As we go by the old pits, there's a little chicane, I suppose, for the kind of infield road course. The one that goes like around here, the one that's like half an oval, the one that uses this turnout, and I think it's like, I don't know. There's some kind of eluded roval setup somewhere in Hampton, Georgia. Alright. Hi, Billy Mays here with an attempt to take the lead away from Tom Hanks in the Hanks Wireless Chevrolet. I don't think it's gonna pan out. Hanks is clear of the 36, but here comes the one of Crow T Robot. And it's gonna pan out. Look at Billy Mays with a run to the inside. He's flying. He's flying. 170, ooh, he's slower. Tom Hanks, more grip on that. And outside, Mays, can he hang strong? See the entire field from that shot. Billy Mays really closed up. No, it's the case. It's not. It's more convoluted. It's like we go side by side. I want to point out that the roval would actually be more of a this sort of thing. I know it was very convoluted, but bear with me. There's your little track info. Apparently Jeffrey Bodine holds the track record here. Apparently pit road speed is only 45 miles an hour, which for a 1.5 miler is a very stunning fact. Anyway, you can, as they go down the backstretch, you can kind of see the old garages, the old pits a little bit. Of course, the back stretch used to be the front stretch, and the front stretch used to be straight. It looked more like Homestead, except it was more like 1.522 miles, and not like 1.5 Is it 4-3 or 3-4? 5-4-3, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's just 5-4. Anyway, Billy Mays fell back to 5th at the line, actually behind Crow. Not Crow, behind Bob Ross, but now has worked his way. He's side by side with Crow, Casper the Ghost. Tom Hanks has pulled out to nearly a 1-second lead. Should point out that we have completed 28 laps. It's a little over a third of the distance. What that means is that it is a 2-stop race from here, folks. At the very least. At the most. If you can make it to lap 41, you should be able to one-stop. I don't think that's going to happen. It was 1 to 2 stops for everybody yesterday. Sammy Hagar won that race on fuel mileage. Several people had to come in for a second spot right at the end. Despite there being a caution after the first set of pit stops. Those stops coming on lap 31 and 32. As you can see, the first stop's already happening on 29. Also 30 as Tom Hanks is down. Casper the Friendly Ghost was already a whole host of cars, as you can see. Billy Mays is down. Crow, Bob Ross, Rick Scott, and others. That means that lap was led by Kathy Bates, Jerry Springer, Denzel Washington, the top 3. By 2 seconds. It looks like they'll all come down here on lap 31. Maybe not Springer. No, they're all going to come down. Anybody else? No. As here we go, as we see, this is Casper the Friendly Ghost. Pretty much everybody 4 tires and full tank of fuel. That's his strategy, and it probably will be the strategy on the next stops if we go green. So now we're here. Crow's gonna leap the 31 and the 36. And here comes, there's David Dayton into the conversation. Donald Fagan is gonna get by the 20. See, speed about equalizes in 3 and 4. See all these drivers leading. Kathy Bates is gonna obviously. Wow! Hank Hill a half a lap behind. What happened? Oh, he stopped and waited on pit road for a bit. Oh, there's a caution! Woody Woodpecker, who's second in points, is in it. Everybody racing back to the line. Al Capone was involved, it looked like. Oh, this shakes up everything. And Casper the Friendly Ghost is going to hit the apron. What's Tom Hanks doing? Why is he trying to pass the pace car? Jerry Springer, pole sitters involved. Brian Wilson. Anybody else gonna get? Seems like a pointless reason to come down. Woody Woodpecker trying to stay on the lead lap. Oh, Woody Woodpecker just didn't quite leave his box soon enough. But what happened? I think this is what happened. So he was coming out. Woodpecker was right. He just slows down and he turns into the 21. Oh, and the 48 comes plowing in. Oh, major championship implications. Everybody not named Joe Biden is just throwing away whatever chance they have at a title. Tom Hanks is your leader anyway. Billy May second, David Date now third, Bob Ross fourth, Geddy Lee fifth, then James Bond, Donald Fagen, Snoop Dogg, Alfred Hitchcock, and Kathy Bates your top 10. Jerry Springer and Brian Wilson out of the race. Who is even third in points? It's Crow! Who's 13th? But I think at his current spot on track, he would move to within a points race of Joe Biden. Gone is fourth in points, and he's not having the greatest races. He's 29th. And Ian Anderson, what else? Yeah. Anyway, okay, so all the wrestlers, John Cena, Woody Harrelson, Crow, Denzel Washington, Al Roker, Rick Scott, Walter White, Telly Savalas, Morgan Freeman, and Harrison Ford. Welcome back, everybody, to the NASCAR Vernors Cup Series. Our coverage of the Best Buy 500 from Atlanta. There's Woody Woodpecker, a lap down in 40th. He is going to be restarting on the inside of everybody here. Ian Anderson, Joe Biden, Bela Fleck, Chick Corea, Hut Strickland, Iggy Koopa, Grover Cleveland, Brendan Gaughan, Blaze Alexander, Peter Perfect, 5 dodges in a row. Jesus Lord. Marco Polo, Tom Jones, Count Dracula, Stephen George, Hank Hale, Jeff Lynne, Richard Simmons, Al Capone, and Calf for the Friendly Ghost. Round out your lead lap drivers. Yeah, 2 Dodges failed to qualify. It's not a good day for Dodge, is it? Not really. Only 4 of them are even running in the top 25. Only 3 in the top 20. Only 2 in the top 15 as we are back green. Those 2 are at least in the top 10. Woody Woodpecker doesn't quite have the speed. He really missed out. He was a second faster coming off of pit road, I think. Coming out of his stall, I think he'd be on the lead lap. Yeah, as it is, he's going to peel back down and repair more damage. And stack the field up mightily at this point. Crow's really hurting. Oh, and here comes Biden. Look at how stacked up this field is. Tom Hanks, Billy Mays. Neck and neck. Billy Mays going for the lead. Here with 45 laps to go. David Dayton up here. 2 Chevys, a Pontiac, and a Ford battling out. A couple more Fords trying to join in the battle. A couple of Dodges, a Ford, another Ford, a Pontiac, and a Chevrolet, I should say. So your top 11. Tom Hanks seems to have had the best car all race, by far. Here comes Woody Woodpecker back on track. His side looks pretty fixed. See now, Bob Ross making the move for third. Passing the 15. The Michigan State University Channel Lock Burger King Chevrolet of David Dayton for Bernie Ecclestone Incorporated. Currently running fourth, his two teammates in the field running 15th and 23rd. Harrison Ford, the defending series champion, trying to look for a way to come by the 12. The 12 car. Bob Ross has moved to second place, now looking for the lead. Both these drivers came close to a championship. Ross, actually both of them came really close last year. It was Bob Ross leading for most of the year. Tom Hanks was close towards the end despite missing the Dr. Pepper World 600, which probably turned out to be his undoing, much like Alfred Hitchcock, who won like 4 races. No, I don't know if he won 4. He won a race. He missed like 4 or 5 races and was like in the top 10 of points despite that. David Dayton now falling to 8th. Bond coming up to 4th. And Alfred Hitchcock trying to put a Dodge, I'm not sure if it would be back into it, but put one into the top 5. But here comes Kathy Bates, who started 3rd. She's led at least 1 lap today. Granted, during the cycle. She wanted to see where coming off of 4, going into 1. Roaring down the backstretch goes the entire field. Fastest lap of 28.9. Pole speed over 193 miles an hour as Geddy Lee really muscling his way around the 7. Now to the inside of the 7. Now trying to muscle his way around the outside of the 88. This is the battle for 4th. 6th place, Alfred Hitchcock, James Bond, side by side. David Dayton falling backwards. Biden has fallen back a couple of spots. That's good news for Crow T Robot, who just lost 15th, but is trying to get it back with help from Telly Savalas. The normal part of the field still 6 separates between 1st and 39th, which is an incredible spread. These two Fords, the 88 and the 99, have caught the 36. Speaking of double-digit Fords, There's one other one, I believe, in the field, and that is the 66 of Bob Ross, who is catching the 31 for the lead. I believe all the other double numbers are different manufacturers. As indeed, the 22 is a Toyota. 44, I know, is a Dodge. Those are the only ones in the race. 33, if that would show up as a Chevrolet. Oh, the 11's a Ford, my bad. I forgot the 11 exists. Oh, I'm sorry, Count Dracula. He's towards the back. The 77 would be a Ford, but is only part-time, and then I don't know if the 00 still exists. Oh, how about that? John Cena backing up last week's win right now with a 7th place run. Brian Wilson might be out of the race, and and his teammate Tom Jones might be 36, but his other two teammates are at least running in the top 10. With Cena 7th, and Denzel Washington looking for 5th, maybe even 4th. He's around the 88. He's side by side. He's going to get around the 66 and sets his sights on the 99. But wait, there's more. Billy Mays here with a chance to take the lead from Tom Hanks once again. They are side by side. Mays with the nose out in front. They roar down the backstretch, and he clears going into turn 3. Tom Hanks fighting back, trying to at least. Now Denzel Washington going for 2nd place as they cross the line. Only 30 laps to go in the Best Buy 500. 7 cars underneath a blanket here at the front. Separated by less than half a second. They're 3 wide for 8th. As James Bond's going to lose out on 8th and 9th. And even 10th. Al Roker will crack the top 10. David Dayton will grab 8th. Alfred Hitchcock, the highest running Dodge, in the 9th. Mays under fire. Here comes Denzel Washington in the number 25. He'll easily sweep into the lead. Now the 31 of Tom Hanks flashes down low to the inside of the 36. Oh, but a big runoff through the middle of the corner by Mays. Canceled out. It's a no-sell to Tom Hanks, who gets a big run the entire inside line. The 31 and the 99. Well, 99 maybe not. There's 3 wide for 4th now. Billy Mays trying to hold off Bob Ross and Kathy Bates. Mays will do so. He'll hold on to 4th. Denzel Washington leads. 27 to go. Bates in the 5th. John Cena was side by side for 6th with Bob Ross. He still kind of is. But looks like Ross will be in the 7th. David Dayton now right behind the 66. There comes Al Roker. He's in the 9th. He's by Alfred Hitchcock. James Bond rounding out this top 11 train. Geddy Lee in the 2nd place now. It's 2 seconds. A little bit under 2 seconds separating the top 11. And a bit separation back to the 02, the 1 in the 18. Now, Morgan Freeman did get by the 19, but look at this. Joe Biden fighting for 23rd, while Crow is in fighting for 12th. Right now, it's a 30-point difference, which is not a whole lot. But it is enough to make it so Crow could take the points lead back after Indianapolis, which he'd like to do by winning and getting that bonus cash. Woody Woodpecker's actually been pulling away from the leader a bit. So you see on the spectator cam, now he's really into turn 1, while the leaders are still in turn 4 as we have our pit stop cycle starting again. Tom Hanks is going to lead us down this time. This could be the winning move. He brings it down. David Dayton and Donald Fagan. We saw how tires were king at the... We know how much worn tires versus fresh tires matter here. Somebody, I still forget who it was, rolled the dice here last year in the Melling race. And lost out. Oh, I think Woody Woodpecker bypassed pit lane again. Billy Mays, Bob Ross, James Bond, Geddy Lee, Casper the Ghost come on down. That time around. Now Denzel Washington will lead us down. No, he stays out. Crow will lead us down along Alfred Hitchcock, Morgan Freeman, Bela Fleck, Utz Strickland. Oh, Joe Biden. Denzel Washington continuing to lead. This could bite him in the butt. Now he's going to come down. Kathy Bates is going to stay out. John Cena comes down. So will Al Roker will stay out. Most people looks like they're put 4 tires. It looks like a can and a half of fuel. Richard Simmons repairing a bit of damage, so is Telly Savalas. I do not recall those two making contact with anyone at any point. As finally Kathy Bates, who made it now coming down pit road, as we coming to 19 to go, she'll likely lead this lap. Along Al Roker, Walter White, and Blaze Alexander. I think we're going to have a new, fresh leader after all this. I think Geddy Lee is going to take the lead. I could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past, but I think Geddy Lee is going to take the lead. David Dayton, I think, will be in second. Billy Mays in the third. Some great storylines. Geddy Lee, of course, the owner of the 5-car Rush Fender Racing organization. David Dayton, a rookie who still has yet to find victory lane. And Billy Mays, an obvious fan favorite. He will. Richard Simmons now at the tail end of the lead lap after repairing damage. Geddy Lee is your leader with 18 laps to go, if I have done my fancy mathematics correctly, which I've probably... No, it is 18 to go. Was it Franklin Clinton who tried the big strategy last year? Anyway, Geddy Lee leads by nearly a whole second. Was it the 12? Was it the 12? Emerald! That's right! Emerald was the one who tried to stay out. David Dayton is running faster lap. There's Billy Mays. Only a 28.978, the third fastest lap of this race. It was just run by Tom Hanks. So, yeah. So we get 15 laps to go. Geddy Lee, David Dayton, Billy Mays, Tom Hanks, Snoop Dogg, Bob Ross, James Bond, Iggy Koopa, Donald Fagen, and Crow T. Robot is your top 10. Some other notable drivers. Your defending last week's winner, John Cena, 13th, battling with Harrison Ford, defending champion. Morgan Freeman, 16th. He's going to lose some ground. Enzo Washington, 17th. Casper the Ghost is 19th. He was running pretty good earlier. Kathy Bates, 25th. Joe Biden all the way back to 26th. Brennan Gaughan in 30th. Blaze Alexander, 31st. Stephen George, I think, was competing towards the front at one point. He's in 32nd. Hank Hill is also towards the front. He's in 34th. Now, when did the 21 last come in? I think that was under that yellow. No, he pitted recently. Lap 60. Is lap 60. He pitted after the 3. Anyway, coming to 11 laps to go. And David Day, it's really close. It's been really close. Less than half a second. Yeah, about 4/10 separate first and third. A Ford, a Chevy, and a Pontiac. For a while in the 90s, these were the only 3 manufacturers, of course. Dodge, Toyota, Renault also in this race. We have seen Buick and Alfa Romeo compete over the course of the 2020 season as well. Telly Savalas, I don't know when he got damaged, but he lost, his face is gone. It got crinkled at some point. Oh, he stacked into Richard Simmons on pit road. Ten to go. Now coming to 9 to go. David Dayton with a look on the lead on Geddy Lee. And they are wheel to wheel. Lee might have the advantage. He is going to get a run through 1. Opens up the gap of around 3, maybe 4 car lengths on the 15. Now several, looking more like 7 to 8. Billy Mays side by side. Something. Oh! More bad luck for Blaze Alexander, reporting that engine is a total loss. Now look at that number. Now that's a lot of damage. Oh wait, that's Phil Swift, the pitchman, who's not in the race. The pitchman who is in the race just took 2nd place. Billy Mays here with a chance to win with 7 laps to go. He is closing the gap, only around 4 to 5 car lengths behind the 99, as David Dayton now having to fend off a fellow Chevy, the Hanks Wireless Chevrolet of Tom Hanks. Oh, now down to 2 car lengths, maybe a car length of space, half a car length. Now, Billy Mays diving to the inside. They're side by side. Blaze Alexander will finish this race in the 40th spot, most likely. Through 1, through 2. Lee powering around on the outside. Mays got to dust himself off. He doesn't necessarily need to clear this 99. He's just got to get a fender in front at the line on at the checkered flag. He didn't get it there. That's good because there are 5 laps to go. He's got 5 laps. A little over 7.5 miles to figure out how to get around this 99. And meanwhile, Hanks trying to get a second win here. A second Atlanta win, I should say, as he's in the third. Mays all over the back bumper and trying to make this move even earlier, but it didn't quite work. He might actually need to be side by side coming off the corner to have a chance. No, he's going to check up a bit. 4 laps to go. Mays' chance might be out the window because he's got a mirror full of Tom Hanks going to the inside. And Hanks really closing the gap. He's onto the back bumper of the 99 now. The 31, the dominant car all race. Down low, 3 to go. Geddy Lee, he's using that high line on corner entry to perfection. Pulling out around 5 car lengths of space. Maybe this momentum is what Hanks was counting on. Maybe he's going to try and get a run into turn 3. But he's got to be closer than that. He was 600th behind. Now he's 3/10. 2 to go. It's going to be one of these top 4. Bond in the 5th. There's Crow. Donald Fagan is faded. It looks like Geddy Lee's just got to hold on for another 1.5 miles. He's got a 4 car lengths of separation. White flag is out. This is the final lap of the Best Buy 500. Tom Hanks is closing. Maybe a car length of room. No, Hanks might have played this perfectly. He flashes down low to the inside as they head down the backstretch into 3 and 4. The 31 is gonna clear, or is he? Geddy Lee cannot get a run off the high side. He's gonna lose out at second maybe. Tom Hanks is gonna win in Atlanta. Billy Mays will take second. Oh, Billy Mays did exactly what he had to do to get by Geddy Lee for the win. But it's not enough as they both let Tom Hanks slip past them. Oh man, they were lined up 99, 15, 36, and 31 at one point. And it ended up 31, 36, 99, 15. Bond 5th, Snoop Dogg 6th. Bob Ross held on to 2nd over Woody Harrelson. Al Roker 9th. Crow with a big top 10. Where did Biden finish 26th? Oh, that is big. That is like 50 points. That is like nearly 50 points that he's going to eat away. 50 points. Holy Lord. Holy woe. Holy woe. We're back to saying holy. Side by side at the line. Wow. Another classic Atlanta finish. The 20th race of the 2020 season is in the books, and it is an instant classic. There you see the results of the rest of the field. You saw it was Hutch Strickland was actually 11th, Harrison Ford 12th, John Cena 13th, Alfred Hitchcock in the 14th slot, Casper the Friendly Ghost 15th. The rest of your results on your screen at the moment. Oh! Less than a third of the second turned out to be the difference. Heartache Award goes to our pole sitter who finishes 41st after starting first. And it is Tom Hanks who puts Hanks Wireless and Richard Simmons Racing into the victory circle. It's their first time in the victory circle, I believe, since May of 2019. I could be wrong. No, our official points breakdown after 20 rounds with 16 to go. Well, you know it's going to be next week, obviously. It was 49 points, so I was almost right on the bumper on the nose when I said he's going to catch up. Joe Biden holds the points lead by only now 116. Only. Crow T Robot could win the SummerSlam and take the points lead all next weekend in the Stewart's Fountain Classic Brickyard 400. That should be very interesting. Tom Hanks up to 8th in points. Geddy Lee up to 9th. Woody Woodpecker took a tumble. Brendan Gaughan finished behind Joe Biden and lost ground to Ian Anderson, but still going to be gaining a spot in points, getting up to 3rd. Hut Strickland will remain in 6th spot. Woody Woodpecker, the only driver in the top 8 now without a win. Did he win the All-Star race last year? I don't remember. Because there's, the Atlanta finale last... Oh, wait. Did we say Woody Woodpecker won the finale last year? That'll lock him into the All-Star race. So you haven't won the finale, any races in 2020, or a previous All-Star race or championship, then you'll have to go into the Open. That's Richard Simmons' lifeline, as he won the championship in 2018, and he hasn't won yet this year. So you can see Donald Fagen is 198 points behind Morgan Freeman. Bond up to 37th. Hank Hill 38th. Carl Edwards dropping out of the top 42. Grover Cleveland. Has he made like 5 races in a row now? There's 7. There's 6. There's Grover Cleveland only made 5 of the first 15 races this year, and he has now made the last 5 races in a row. Holy cow. Still, rumors abound that ride could be closing up. Which means you just have to go find a ride somewhere else. Maybe drop back. He might drop back down to the Melling Series. Again. See if the 43 car opens up again. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Al Capone's still winless. Don't know. His title hopes have fallen way off now. Anyway, that was the Best Buy 500 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Hotlanta had another classic finish, another classic race. When we get under the lights here at Atlanta, it never fails to disappoint. Next weekend, we're heading to the Hoosier State, to the Brickyard. That'll be exciting for everybody here at the WesternCaves Sports Network. I'm announcer WesternCaves signing off.